Picture this. You step into your garden early in the morning. The air smells fresh and damp. You bend down, brush your hand over soft green leaves, and the scent hits you. Fresh coriander. That crisp, lemony, earthy smell that makes you want to cook something right away. Now imagine this. Every time you pick coriander, more grows back. No gaps, no sad, empty pots, no dried stems, just a steady supply, week after week. You never run out. You never have to buy it again. Sounds a little magical, right? Most gardeners struggle with coriander. It grows fast, but it also dies fast. One hot day, and it bolts. That means it shoots up flowers and stops making leaves. The soft greens you love turn bitter. Suddenly, your once lush patch looks dry and done. But here's the secret. There are a few simple habits that keep coriander thriving. Not tricky science, not fancy tools. Just small, smart steps that work together like magic. By the end of this video, you'll know all 7, the same steps that experienced gardeners quietly rely on. They'll help you grow endless coriander all year long with no frustration. So stay with me, grab your tea or coffee, and let's uncover these gardener secrets together. Welcome back to Rootly Gardening. I'm so glad you're here. Today, we're talking about something every home gardener wants: how to grow coriander that never stops giving. Now, coriander, also called cilantro, is one of those herbs that makes food taste alive. It adds brightness to curries, soups, and salads. But it's also one of the trickiest herbs to keep going. You plant it, it grows fast, you blink, and suddenly it's gone. It flowers, it dries, and you're left wondering what went wrong. That's why today's lesson is special. You're going to learn 7 secret steps that experienced gardeners use to keep coriander fresh, green, and endless. These steps work whether you grow in pots, raised beds, or right in the ground. By the time you finish this video, you'll know how to keep your coriander alive through different seasons, how to avoid the #1 mistake that makes it bolt too soon, and how to replant it the smart way so you always have new leaves coming in. I'll also share a few simple tricks I learned after years of testing, little things that make a big difference, like how deep to plant your seeds, when to harvest, and what to do when the weather turns hot. And don't worry if you're new to gardening. I'll keep everything clear and simple. You don't need fancy tools or expensive soil. You just need patience, sunlight, and the right rhythm. If you've ever grown coriander before and it died too soon, this video will change that story. And if it's your first time growing it, you'll start strong and skip all the beginner mistakes. I love hearing from gardeners around the world. So tell me in the comments, where are you growing from? Are you dealing with dry heat or maybe humid weather? Your growing zone matters, and your tips might help someone else watching. All right, are you ready to start? Let's dig in, literally, and uncover the first secret step that gardeners use to grow endless coriander.
Step number 1, choosing the right variety. Most people think coriander is just coriander, but that's where many go wrong. There are actually several types, and each behaves a little differently. The trick is choosing the right one for your climate and your purpose. If you live in a cool or mild area, almost any common coriander will do well. But if your weather turns hot fast, you'll want a variety called slow bolting. Bolting means when the plant shoots up flowers and stops making leaves. Once that happens, the leaves turn thin, bitter, and useless for cooking. Slow bolting coriander, sometimes labeled as long-standing, takes longer to flower. That means more leaves for you, for longer. If you can find a packet that says Calypso, Leisure, or Santo, those are popular slow bolting types that gardeners trust. Another quiet trick, choose fresh seeds. Coriander seeds lose life quickly. If they've been sitting in a drawer for years, the germination rate, that's how many seeds actually sprout, drops sharply. Always buy seeds from a trusted source and check the date. Now, here's something that surprises many beginners. Coriander seeds are actually small, round pods with 2 seeds inside. You can lightly crush them before sowing. Not grind, just press them between your fingers or roll them gently under a bottle. This helps them sprout faster. By starting with the right variety and fresh seeds, you're already halfway to endless harvests. Because if you start with the wrong kind, no amount of watering or care can fix that later. All right, that's secret number 1. Now let's get our hands dirty with the next step, the one that decides how strong and steady your coriander grows from day 1.
Step number 2, prepare the perfect soil. Here's where most coriander journeys either take off or fall flat, the soil. Coriander, or cilantro, isn't fussy, but it does have preferences. It loves soil that's loose, light, and drains well. Think of it like a sponge. It should hold moisture but never feel soggy. If water sits around the roots, the plant sulks, the leaves yellow, and the growth slows to a crawl. So what's the fix? Mix your soil right from the start. If you're planting in pots, aim for a blend that feels soft when you press it. Use 2 parts regular garden soil, 1 part compost, and 1 part coarse sand or cocoa peat. Compost feeds your coriander, while sand or cocoa peat keeps air and drainage flowing. If you're planting in the ground, loosen the soil with a fork or shovel at least 6 inches deep. Remove any stones or hard clumps. Coriander roots are delicate and prefer space to stretch down. A small but mighty tip: coriander hates being moved once it starts growing, so prepare your soil in the same spot where you'll keep it. Don't plan to transplant later. It doesn't like root disturbance. Before sowing, make the soil moist, not wet. You want it to feel cool and slightly damp to the touch. Think of how a wrung-out sponge feels. That's perfect. If your soil is very clay-heavy, sticky, and thick, add compost and sand to lighten it up. You'll see a big difference in how fast your coriander sprouts and grows. Healthy soil means happy coriander. It's the quiet foundation that makes every other step easier. Now that your soil is ready and alive, let's move on to the third secret: how and when you plant your seeds. This one can completely change how long your coriander keeps producing. Step number 3, sow seeds the smart way. All right, your soil is ready. It's soft, airy, and full of life. Now comes the exciting part, sowing your coriander seeds. But here's where timing and technique really matter. Most beginners sprinkle seeds too thickly or bury them too deep. Then, when they sprout, the seedlings fight for space. The roots tangle, and the plants grow thin and weak. So, let's fix that. Take your crushed coriander seeds. Remember, just lightly cracked, not ground, and spread them evenly. Aim for a spacing of about 2 inches apart if you're planting in rows, or just a gentle scatter if you're sowing in a pot. Don't overcrowd. More space means stronger leaves. Next, cover them very lightly with soil, no more than ½ inch deep. Coriander seeds need a bit of light to wake up, so don't bury them too far. Gently pat down the surface so the seeds make contact with the soil, then mist with water. Don't pour. Use a spray or fine shower setting. You don't want to wash them away. Here's a small trick that works wonders. Plant coriander in intervals. Instead of planting all your seeds on the same day, plant a new batch every 2 weeks. That's called succession planting. It keeps your supply going nonstop. While one batch grows, another starts sprouting. And for extra fast germination, soak the seeds overnight in room temperature water before sowing. This softens the shell and helps them sprout faster, usually within 5 to 7 days. Place your pot or bed in a spot that gets about 4 to 6 hours of sunlight a day. Coriander likes bright light, but not harsh afternoon heat. Morning sun is best, especially in warmer regions. Once your seedlings appear, resist the urge to move them around. Let them settle.
Keep the soil moist but not soggy. And don't worry if the first leaves look small or feathery. Those are baby leaves, called cotyledons. Real leaves will follow soon. All right, now your coriander has sprouted, it's alive, but still fragile. The next step is about keeping it strong, lush, and leafy, the way you see in chef gardens and market displays. Step 4. Water with care. Now that your coriander is growing, the next secret is all about water. This step sounds simple, but it's where many gardeners lose their plants without realizing why. Coriander has shallow roots. That means they don't go deep into the soil to find water. They depend on you, gently, regularly, and consistently. If the soil dries out even for a day, the plant feels stressed, and a stressed coriander plant will bolt. That means it will send up flowers and stop making leaves. So the rule is simple. Keep the soil moist, not wet. You want it damp, like a squeezed sponge. If you press your finger into the soil and it feels dry even an inch down, it's time to water. If it feels cool and slightly moist, wait another day. Early morning is the best time to water. That gives your plants time to drink before the sun gets hot. Evening watering can invite fungal growth, especially in humid weather. If you're growing coriander in pots, make sure the pot has drainage holes. Otherwise, water will pool at the bottom and rot the roots. You can place a small tray under the pot to catch any extra water, but always empty it after watering. Here's a small gardener's trick. Use mulch. A thin layer of dry leaves, straw, or even shredded newspaper around your plants helps keep the soil cool and holds in moisture. Coriander loves steady moisture, and mulch helps maintain that balance. Another thing, never water from above using a strong jet. Coriander stems are soft and can bend or break easily. Use a gentle stream or a mist setting. If you're growing in very hot regions, consider shading your plants during the afternoon. Even a piece of mush cloth or a light fabric can make a huge difference. You'll notice your coriander stays green longer instead of shooting up flowers too soon. Good watering habits are like quiet discipline. Your coriander will reward you with lush leaves week after week. All right, now your coriander is healthy and strong. But if you want it to stay that way for months, the next secret is about feeding it the right way without overdoing it. Step number 5, feed light, feed right. Okay, now your coriander looks green and full of promise, but to keep it that way, it needs food, the right kind and the right amount. Coriander grows fast, and that means it burns through nutrients fast too. But here's the thing. It doesn't like heavy feeding. If you give it too much fertilizer, it will grow tall and weak, and the leaves may lose flavor. So think light and natural. Every 2 weeks, feed your coriander with a mild organic fertilizer. Compost tea, diluted seaweed extract, or even kitchen compost works beautifully. Compost tea is simple. Soak a handful of compost in a bucket of water for a day or 2, then use that liquid to water your plants. It's gentle, but full of nutrients. If you're using store-bought fertilizer, look for one labeled balanced or vegetable-friendly. Dilute it more than the package says. Coriander doesn't like strong mixes. Here's another trick I've used for years. Mix in a small handful of old compost or vermicompost, worm compost, around the plants every few weeks. Just scratch it lightly into the top layer of soil. This gives a slow, steady release of food. Avoid fertilizers with too much nitrogen. Nitrogen makes leaves grow fast, but the stems become soft and the flavor fades. You want firm, aromatic leaves, not tall, floppy ones. And remember, soil health is the real secret to endless coriander. If your soil is alive, full of compost, tiny bugs, and organic matter, you won't need much else. Now, before we move on to the next secret step, if this video has helped you so far, if you've learned even one new thing, take a second to click like. It really helps this channel grow so I can share more real gardening lessons like this one. And if you love learning simple, natural gardening tricks, don't forget to subscribe to Rootly Gardening.
I post weekly tips to help you grow herbs, veggies, and flowers the easy way. No jargon, no stress, just green joy. All right, ready to keep going? Because the next secret is one most gardeners completely overlook. It's not about soil or water, it's about timing. And this one alone can double your coriander harvest. Step number 6, harvest at the right time. Timing is everything with coriander. Harvest too early and you get tiny leaves with weak flavor. Wait too long and it bolts. That's when the plant sends up flowers and forgets about growing leaves. So the 6th secret is learning to read your coriander's signals. Once your plants are about 6 inches tall, you can start harvesting. That's usually 3 to 4 weeks after planting. The leaves will be full and deep green by then. Don't wait for them to look like store bunches. Those big bunches are often cut too late. They look lush, but taste sharp and slightly bitter. Here's how to harvest the smart way. Always cut from the outside, never from the middle. The outer stems are older, and by trimming them, you give the younger inner leaves more space to grow. Use scissors or pinch gently with your fingers. Don't pull. Coriander roots are shallow, and you could uproot the plant. After every harvest, water lightly and, if possible, feed a little compost tea. Think of it as a reward. You took some leaves, now you give something back. Within a week, new shoots will appear. If your coriander starts forming thin stems and flower buds, that's the plant telling you it's ready to move on. You can still eat the leaves, but their flavor will be stronger. To delay bolting, trim off those flower stems early. It won't stop flowering forever, but it buys you more time and more leaves. Now, here's the real secret to endless coriander. Never rely on just one batch. Remember what I said earlier about succession planting? Keep sowing new seeds every 2 weeks. While one set matures, the next one grows. This way, your garden always has fresh coriander ready. If you live in a warm place, you might notice your coriander bolts faster in summer. That's okay, it's just doing what nature programmed it to do. You can switch to slow bolting types or grow it in partial shade. A little afternoon protection keeps it leafy longer. And don't forget, those flowers and seeds are not waste. They're the start of your next harvest, which brings us to the final secret step, one that turns your coriander patch into a self-sustaining cycle. Step number 7, let nature replant for you. Here's the final secret, and it's one that experienced gardeners quietly love. Instead of fighting your coriander when it flowers, let it help you. When coriander finishes its leaf stage, it sends up tall stems and delicate white flowers. Each flower turns into a round green seed pod. That's the same seed you planted in the beginning, the same one you crushed before sowing. If you let those pods dry on the plant, they'll turn brown and crisp. Soon, they'll drop and scatter right where they grew. And that's nature's clever trick. Those fallen seeds sprout when the soil is right again. Rain, temperature, and moisture all help them decide when to wake up. This is called self-seeding. It means your coriander replants itself without your help. You'll start to see tiny seedlings pop up where old plants stood, like a quiet surprise gift from your garden. To make this work well, leave a few of your healthiest plants to flower and seed. Don't pull them out. Once the seeds dry, you can either let them fall naturally or collect them by hand. Just rub the dry pods gently between your palms and store the seeds in a jar. Label it and keep it in a cool, dry spot for next season. You can also crush and use some of those seeds as spice in your cooking. That's another beauty of coriander. It gives you both herb and spice from the same plant. Fresh leaves for your curry, seeds for your spice jar, and new life for your next round of plants. If you manage your planting rhythm well, harvesting some, letting others go to seed, you'll never run out. Your garden becomes a living cycle. Always something sprouting, always something ready. Endless coriander, grown with simple care. All right, let's take a breath and look back at what you've learned today. You started by choosing the right variety, especially slow bolting types that love your climate.
Then you learned how to prepare the perfect soil, loose and well-draining. You sowed your seeds the smart way, not too deep, not too close. You mastered gentle watering, learned to feed lightly, and discovered the magic of harvesting at just the right time. Finally, you let nature do her part, self-seeding your next round. That's 7 secrets. Simple, but powerful. Together, they turn coriander from a quick crop into a lasting friend in your garden. Now it's your turn. Try 1 or 2 of these steps this week. Notice how your plants respond. Gardening is all about learning through small experiments, and coriander teaches patience better than most herbs. Before you go, tell me where you're gardening from. Drop a flag emoji to mark your country. Also, if you enjoyed this video, go ahead and watch the one on your screen next. In it, I talk about the one plant every gardener grows but really shouldn't, and why. It's a real eye-opener and might just change the way you see your garden.